Hello guys, welcome to Project Management System series. In yesterday's video, we have set up the front end and the back end. In this video, we are going to create a API blueprint for to talk between the front end and the back end. So let's do in the front end. So let's create a folder in SRC in front end. Name it as auth. We are going to write all the auth code here. We are going to write API also. So create a API folder in SRC folder. We are going to use Axios to talk between the backend and the front end. So let's install Axios. So open new terminal and then install npm install Axios. Actually, Axios helps to talk between the client and the server. We can use fetch also, but Axios is very effective. So we are using Axios. So let's open API and create a file called Axios, axios.ts. Here we are going to create a base URL and the Axios control here. So let's create it. So let's import Axios from Axios. Then create API object. It is going to be Axios.create. Then it is going to be an object inside the Axios function. Then base URL is going to be we are going to use base URL as http.localhost just for the project. Wait a minute. Next, we are going to write http.localhost 3000.api, but our backend is running in the port 5000. So let's 5000 slash API. We are using API for everything, for auth also, for project also, for tasks also, for everything. Then we are going to write with credentials is going to be true. Then we are going to export this API. So default export default API. Now our API blueprint is completely ready. With using this, we are going to talk between the client and the server. So you can copy and paste this. Next, we are going to create a auth context. So let's create auth context in the auth folder. So close the API folder, open the auth, create auth context.ts. Here we are going to create a auth context to fetch the API from the backend. We are going to fetching the cookies. So you can see in the backend, for example, wait, I will see. You can see in the controllers, in auth controllers, we are fetching API slash me. Wait, I will show you. This is logout. Yes, you can see export const get me. Now, in this, we are going to get the all the credentials of the user, including cookies, user ID, and the role. You can fetch it from here. If there is user exist, then we are going to proceed further. Otherwise, we are going to reject the API call. So close the backend. Let's come to auth context. Now we are going to import. Wait, I will close the unnecessary files. Okay. Now I am importing create context and we need use state to hold the users, and we are going to use effects because we need to render when the server loads. So let's import Axios also. Axios. Next, let's create a interface. So interface, we are going to create user interface. In user interface, we will have user ID and the role. User ID is going to be string and role is going to be admin or user. Wait. admin or user. Next, we are going to create a context type. So let's write interface context with auth context type. Okay. Then user is going to be user. Okay. Then we are going to create another one. We are using loading also. Okay. Loading is going to be boolean. This user is going to be reference to this interface, user interface. Then we have login and logout. Then we are going to add sign up also. So let's add sign up. Sign up also. Okay. Name, string, email, and password. Okay. Now we created all the interfaces. Next, we are going to create a context. So create auth context. Wait. Auth context is going to be create context. At the its type is going to be auth context. Auth context. So it is going to be type auth context type. R is going to be null. Default value is going to be null. Then we are going to create a auth provider context provider. So export const auth provider PRO provider. It is going to be, wait a minute, we are permission is going to be children. Okay. P- provider is going to be children. Then children is going to be React node. Then we will have user and loading. Okay. Then we will create a function inside it. We will have children see it children. Then its type is going to be children type is going to be React node. Then we are going to return. Wait a minute. So let's write a fetch me function. So first we need to import API. So let's import API here. Import API. Then we are going to create a function inside the auth provider. So let's create const. First we will declare the states. Okay. User is going to be type is going to be user and null. Then we have loading default value is going to be true. Then we will create const fetch me then it is going to be async function. Then it is going to be const response is going to be await API.get yep path me. Then set user is going to be response dot data. Okay, then finally yep. Now our function is completely ready. But here we will have data. Then guys, now you can see we have made the fetch me function complete. There was a error that I have renamed that TS into TSX. Then it is completely ready now. We are going to go to use provider. So let's go to main.tsx. Then import auth provider from auth auth context. Then we are going to wrap around the app. So let's write auth provider. Then here we are going to wrap it out. Now you can see now our auth provider provide the user ID and the user role to the complete app. So let's go to auth context. Let's create other functions too. Now our fetch me is completely ready. You can see now. Let's create sign in. So let's create const. Okay, login. Okay, perfect. Then email and username. Perfect. Then await. We are going to use try catch error. So let's use that because we need errors which are coming from the backend. So let's use try catch. Then finally is going to set loading is going to be false. Okay. User is going to be null. Okay. Con response is going to be await API.post. API auth is going to login. Okay. Email and password. It is perfect, but we are not going to set the user. We are going to return the response. So let's return response.data.data. Next, we are going to return the error also. We are going to first we will check whether it is a error from the Axios or not. First, we need to use error. Then we are going to check this is no Axios. Okay. Otherwise, we are going to return through something went wrong. Okay, unknown error. No, we know unknown error. Something went wrong. We will send something went wrong. And we are going to use finally to set loading is going to be false. At the starting, there will be true. Then it is going to be false. During the login, it will going to be true. Then it will convert into the false when we got error or when we got a response. So now our login also completely ready. Let's create expand auth provider. Okay. Now let's create sign in. So let's create const sign up. Okay. Then async function string name is going to be string, email is going to be string, password is going to be string, try catch, const. Okay. Response is going to be await API that post auth sign up. It is perfect. Now through return response dot data. Okay. Now it is now our sign up is also completely ready. Now let's write logout. Logout also say similar only. Set user going to be null. Then we are going to first we will fetch from the API. Now we can see try catch error API dot post auth logout. Then in the error we are going to catch the error and return the error. In the finally we are going to set the user is going to be null and the loading is going to be false. Now our auth flow is completely ready. You can see, and in the sign up we are going to after the returning of the response we are going to log in directly for here only. So login email and password. Let's await it. When users sign up, then they will log in automatically. Now you can see await login, then email password. Then it will automatically log in. Then we need, I think we don't need response. I think we will take care about this later. Now our auth flow is completely ready. We have sign up, we have login, we have logout, we have all the auth, related APIs. We already ready. Let's use this. So let's create use auth in the auth folder. So let's create use auth.ts. Here we need to import use context. Next we will need import auth context which we have created in the create context. Let me show you where we will create that. Here you can see we created auth context, create context. So we are going to use it. We are going to export from here. Then we are going to use it here in the use auth. Here we are going to create const use auth is going to be what No, let me create the function. Then we are going to create context. Let's keep it simple. Context is going to be use context is going to be inside the use context. We are going to use auth context. Then if we don't have auth context, we are going to throw. Otherwise, we are going to return the context. That's all for here. We are going to directly export default use context use auth. We are going to use this use auth function in all over the pages, in login page, in sign up page, and everywhere we are going to use this. We are not using from the auth provider. Just we will wrap around the app. Then we will use from the use auth. That's why we created this. If not CTX, then we are going to throw new error. Use auth must be used within the auth provider. Now our auth flow is completely ready. That's it for this video, guys. In next videos, we are going to create a pages for login, logout, and we are going to create a dashboards also. So stay tuned and subscribe.